Extreme Collectibles here with the most iconic villain of all time. Villain, anti-hero, I don't know. Argument could be made for either or, but this is a very popular piece. It's a piece I've had for quite a while, and I wanted to do a review on him, so let's roll. Extreme Collectibles here with Sideshow 1/5 scale Darth Vader from their Mythos line. This piece, as I said, is 1/5 scale. It's 1/5 the size of what Darth Vader would be in real life. It comes from their Mythos line, which their Star Wars Mythos line is actually a comic book adaptation, I believe, that I am completely unfamiliar with. But I have him, I have the Darth Maul that I'm going to review. I have, this isn't from the Mythos line, but I have the other Siths. I have Kylo Ren, Emperor, Malgus, all that, and this is all part of that review, which one of these or two of these may have been posted before this, but Sideshow made 5,000 of these, which is quite a high ES, and they retailed at $350, and they flipped for about almost twice that, a little bit less than that, because it is just a phenomenal piece. Very rare do you have a ES that high, and it flips for that much. So even Thanos on Throne, which had a very high ES, doesn't flip for twice the price. You know what I'm saying. Anywho, this guy right here comes in a standard Sideshow shipping box. It's actually a very cool art box. I'm not a big art box guy, but it is pretty neat. There's probably some pictures out there I could show you, but I don't want to dig it out of my warehouse. I bought him on eBay, and I got him because I love Darth Vader. I think this is the best Darth Vader statue out there currently. I think there's some other ones that are quite good, but especially for the value, you can't beat this one. So because of him, I started building my Sith line because I think it'll be displayed nicely. I actually had to leave the man cave a little bit and go into my workout room, so I stare at all the Siths while I work out, which isn't really motivation. I should put something else in there. But now I'm just getting ahead of myself. So really quick dimensions on him. Because he is 1/5, he is quite a bit smaller. His height is just 20, and then probably the widest point is right about 13 or so ish. Base very small, which is nice, doesn't take up too much real estate. The hell was that? Did you hear that? Probably not. It comes with a number of switch outs. First of all, there are 3 different heads, which is kind of cool. The first is kind of a younger, unmasked Anakin. Then the second is very, very similar, but there's some age to it. And the third, of course, is the helmeted Darth Vader mask. Then the right hand has 3 switch outs. One where he's holding the helmet, so obviously you'd want to display this with an unmasked version. One where he has his lightsaber, what the hell is wrong with me today? Lightsaber, swinging it. And the last is kind of iconic of Empire Strikes Back, when Darth Vader is telling Luke, "You don't know the power of the dark side." I bet you I sounded just like him. But so he has his fist closed up, kind of showing the power right there. And you know, originally when I got this, I only displayed, as you see it here, but as I switched these out for the review, man, all of them are kind of cool. They all have their own merits. So when you talk about concept and design of this piece, it really depends on the switch outs you're displaying, because it can kind of completely change the concept and design. So what I'm going to focus on for this concept and design aspect, obviously the base is the same no matter what, is the unmasked older version holding the Darth Vader helmet. So first of all, obviously there's lava below him, kind of coming back to his original creation, his big battle with Mr. Kenobi. I wonder if they used formal names like that. Are there any Star Wars characters out there that their formal name is Mr. or Mrs.? If so, please let me know. But you know, back to the scene of the crime, and his cape is burnt up, his boots are burnt up, and we're gonna go into the sculpt and design on that. And he's sitting there looking at his helmet, almost, as I said, reminiscing, maybe regretful, maybe changing everything back. Just kind of an interesting pose. And I really like how the switch outs allow you to do kind of a dynamic, menacing pose, but this to me is nostalgic for him. And it's very, very cool. So, and that's one of the reasons I think this is the best Vader statue, because just this whole concept right here is awesome, but you can change it if you want to. And starting at the bottom for the sculpt and paint, first of all, it's a standard black base, and it's kind of interesting how they did the sides of it. So talking about sculpt and paint, first of all, on the base here, it's a very interesting black siding to the base. There's almost these shelving or ledges or ridges that are running, and they're running at different levels throughout, and there's kind of this weird design on the front. I don't know if it means anything, or if there's some symbolic meaning behind it, or if they just decided we need to elevate this, so let's not make it look plain. But moving up to the lava looks fantastic. First of all, I think the sculpt is spot on. I like how parts of it are splurting out, bubbling out, however lava works. I've never seen it in real life. Has anyone seen lava in real life? That's kind of a bucket list item for me. I did go to Vesuvius in Pompeii, but there was no lava, obviously, at the time. Anyway, the lava is coming out, it's flowing in different directions, and I think the paint just really complements it. Recently I reviewed the new Thor premium format, and there was kind of some similar aspects to the lava with the Surtur base, but I like this better actually. I think it looks really well done. The different colors that are in there, the oranges and yellows and blacks, and there's so many different in there, it just mixes together really well. And then you have the rock, kind of the floating rock that he's standing on. Good job on the sculpt, not great. I do like how they incorporated some of the lava texture paint into it, so you kind of can't tell where one starts, one begins a little bit. It's definitely flowing with the story and the concept. Moving on to his boots and legs, first of all, the sculpt is okay. You know, it's Darth Vader, his big knee guards, shin pads, and then his boots, they look okay. Where it really steals the show is where there's some of that lava that's splattered up on there, not only from the sculpt they added it, but from the paint. So it's really cool. I don't know if he's burning alive and he can't feel it because it's robot legs, but I think they did a great job. And then moving up to his pants look great. There's fabulous sculpt in the pants. It looks like mixed media. You can see the folds, the lines, the seams where it's torn, and then they added more of the orangish, lavish paint on top of the black to really make it pop. And then he kind of has this interior part of his cape that's actually part of his outfit and his dress. It's not really part of the cape. It's these two inner folds right here. Diving into those, they have a lot of the same characteristics that the cape has that I'm going to talk about in a second. But it's sculpted, it's flowing out. I like it because obviously in this whole type of lava aspect it would be flowing, the wind would be blowing. But it looks really, really cool, and I'm waiting until I get to the cape to talk about kind of that stuff more, but it just looks really cool. Then moving up to his penis guard, I said it. So he has obviously an outer cup to protect his Netherland privates. Again, there's some orange paint in there. They sculpted off some of the right side like it's chipped away, almost burned away. Very, very cool. And then moving up to his belt looks okay. The electronics, the classic aspect of Darth Vader, it looks all right. It looks a little cheap. Then moving up to his torso, first of all, they maintain that very similar contour of his pants on his uniform. And there's a little bit too much orange for me on there because like the lava splattered up that much. And then his classic Darth Vader breastplate controls here, looks good. Again, there's some orange fading and coloring in there that they added. There's some damage on the left side of it. Very cool. And then his arms, I think, again, they maintain that awesome texture. His uniform, the sculpt looks really good, the different folds and seams. Moving up to his gloves on both the hand that's held out and then the hand that's holding his cape back. There's some really good texture and colors they mix together in there to show the battle wear and the damage. I really like it. And then let's move to his cape, because this is the star of the show. First of all, this is a very complex cape. There are a lot of folds, a lot of wearing, a lot of different colors from the black and the different orange and yellow and lava that's burning up the side. And then all those worn areas that lava has obviously burnt through. It looks very realistic. I absolutely love it. I love the flow. I love the sculpt. I love the lava damage, the holes. It is so, so cool. And then just looking at his unmasked sculpt first, very, very cool wearing and age. It's obviously not movie accurate, but again, like I said, this is from a different line, a comic book line, I believe. So very cool. I like the texture on his skin. I like the battle damage that they've shown. I like the scarring around his eyes. I like the seriousness of his face. I like the different colors they use to really make it pop. Both the it's not really a flesh tone, but the beige they used, or whatever color that is, along with the reds and the different man, it's just hard to describe, so looking at it is probably better. I just got distracted there because I got a phone call. Could you not tell? I don't know. It doesn't matter. And moving back to his unmasked portrait, I really like the neck brace with the different buckles. Sculpted really well. Really pops, makes it look great. And then, of course, his Vader helmet. A little too shiny for what's going on, in my opinion. There should be some wear and damage to it. But it's a very good Vader helmet. It's very true to Vader. Looks good. So those are my thoughts on Darth Vader Sideshow Mythos piece. I like it a lot. If you are a Vader fan and you're on the fence, definitely pick this one up. I'm really excited. I actually haven't unboxed Darth Maul yet, so I'm really excited to unbox that and do a review. I really appreciate you watching. Please let me know what you think of the piece. Please let me know what you think of the entire Mythos line. There's some out there that I'm on the fence on of getting, so thanks so much. Take care.